Alright, y'all, we back with another Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Parade video, and today we are going to be going over Toji Fushiguro, because of course they managed to, get all the information on what he does, of course, when he does release and stuff like that. So we're just going to be talking about it. So the role is going to be fulfilling the role as an attacker. Nothing new there. We kind of saw that on the video when they teased him. The focus is Taijutsu. It was already kind of speculated he was going to be Taijutsu considering he had zero cursed energy. The typing is red. I figured he was also going to be red, just like Maki, simply due to the fact that he had the red icon near all his skills. So that's very interesting. The release date is going to be very soon. Very, very soon. So we're going to go through his first skill. So his first skill is the one that we were talking about. This is like not really his skill, but it's more of like his auto attack or whatever. His normal attack that you would attack with. So basically, it does damage and it lowers the enemy's crit hit resistance for 3 turns. So that's really good. You'll have 100% uptime on it most likely because, I mean, it's just his normal skill. It doesn't cost you anything because he doesn't use cursed energy or nothing of the sort. Next up, we have his second skill. Second skill is Slaughter. Deals melee taijutsu damage to the selected enemy, 3 hits total, and then this skill will bypass the selected enemy's reduced damage received status. So even if they got some kind of damage reduction or anything of the sort, it does not matter. He's going to do full damage to you regardless. So to me, that's actually amazing. Like when you start to get like hard content where they'll reduce a lot of the damage they take, he's just going to go right through it. Next up, you have the skill 3, which is the special grade curse tool, the inverted spear of heaven. So it's going to be his third skill. Of course, this one also costs 0 cursed energy. Increases own break damage amount by 1 time. So yeah, I figured it was something to do with break. Undo the selected enemy's attack nullification and 1 buff that can be undone from the selected enemy. So basically, he removes attack nullification and he also removes 1 buff from the enemy as well. And then of course, it prioritizes the most recent buff. And then of course it is just gonna do damage, nothing special there. So he's pretty straightforward, just does a lot of damage and removals and debuffs. Next up you have his ultimate, and it's all things I can handle. And it undoes all enemies attack notification, and then it undoes a 1 buff from all enemies, and then it deals ranged taijutsu damage to all enemies too. So basically he hits everybody, removes all their buff, he removes all their nullification, well, not all their buffs, 1 buff, but all their nullification. So basically, any gojos that you run into, he can take them out. It does not matter. Now, does this mean that they'll possibly ever add a PvP in the future? I wonder, because now there's actually a way to counter Gojo to actually make PvP possible. Will they ever plan to? I have no clue, and probably not. I feel like they're just trying to keep it a PvE focused game, but we'll see. They gotta add content somehow. Combo ult effect increases own and combo allies taijutsu damage by a percentage for 3 turns, and then deals percentage range taijutsu damage to all enemies. So of course, naturally, you want to have him paired up with taijutsu characters. Probably like characters like Todo are going to be really good for him because Todo boosts his taijutsu damage, and then of course you can use the new Geto that had released not too long ago, and he can boost damage. He can increase damage taken on that enemy from taijutsu damage too. So they're going to be really nice together. Is Toji and Todo, OG Todo. So we got all that. We got all that. Okay, so we already know the combo effect. We know the skills, all that. So now we're going to be talking about the auto skills. So this is where it starts to get a little bit crazy for him. So now he has physically gifted from the start of battle. So this is just at the start. It doesn't say any durations or anything. It just says from the start of battle. So he will have these applied to him automatically at the start. Increase his own taijutsu damage. Alright, so now he's going to scale even higher damage. Recovers own HP each turn. Okay, so now he has self-sustain and he's going to be healing a lot. Reduces own damage received. Okay, well, his survivability has skyrocketed to the roof. GG. Next up, he has a percent chance of evading an enemy when they attempt to use a single target skill on the character. So basically, if they single target him, non-AoE, if they single target him, he has a chance of evading. So not quite like Gojo's where he evades everything, but he has a chance to evade. So that makes him really good still, regardless. It depends on the percentage though, of course, but even without the percentage, this is just a passive effect that he will always have at all times. Next up, you have immune to enemies guaranteed hit effect. I don't like the wording is kind of weird, so I'm not entirely sure what they mean by guaranteed hit effect. I'm assuming if it's an attack that's fixed where it will always hit an enemy, he can still be immune to it, or it could probably be like a percentage on the status effect. I do not know. The character will not become a target of some skills or status effects. So yeah, I mean he can't get CC'd is what it kind of sounds like right here, which sounds kind of insane. This character can't be like debuffed in with its status ailments of any sort, anything like that. I mean, we'll have to see when he actually dropped. So far from reading his kit, he seems pretty interesting and very powerful. Next up, when a critical hit is performed, he has a 50% chance of receiving one turn of a guaranteed hit effect. And then here's the optional like extra notes. If the if the character receives the guaranteed hit effect, it will be activated on the next attack. Now we have I'm getting my edge back now. Increases own taijutsu damage for 3 turns. It says special when the crit hit is performed. So as long as you're critting the enemy, you will increase your taijutsu damage. So that's very nice. You could run them with characters that do boost your team's crit damage, like Nanami, etc. I mean, your crit hit. So that's good. Put like Nanami, you could put Todo, and then you could put Toji like right behind Todo, so you get all the buffs. He's basically going to be unkillable because Todo will protect him. He can also evade. He has reduced damage received. He can self heal. So that's going to be a very good combo. Next up, you have during the increasing own taijutsu damage status, which is going to be fairly easy as long as you crit. Right? Increases own taijutsu damage for 3 turns. One crit hit is performed. So this is an additional. So as long as if you crit and then you get the taijutsu damage bonus, and then you crit again, then you get another additional taijutsu damage. So basically, it also works in tandem with his first auto skill or passive effect, where if he hits one time and then he crits, he has a chance to be able to do another attack. That means that in those 2 turns, if you manage to crit both of those times, you're good because now you're going to be able to get the taijutsu and the additional taijutsu damage both in one single attack. That's going to be really strong. If an additional taijutsu damage buff is activated, undo the previous buff. It cannot be stacked. So what I'm assuming is you will have a normal one of this, and then if you manage to crit again, you'll have another one of this. And anytime you crit any further past that, you're not going to get another one of the additional taijutsu damage. It's just going to reset the additional taijutsu damage and the normal taijutsu damage. So basically, it takes him like 2 turns to get going. But once you start getting him going, I feel like the damage is going to be insane. So yeah, overall, he's just looking at his kit, even though he doesn't have anything crazy like unique, he does have the fact that he can do additional attacks and he also can remove buffs, which kind of makes him like lore accurate, right? Because like he does, get bypass Gojo, all of Gojo's curse stuff and all that, and then still manages to hurt him. So him being able to remove damage notification and also being able to remove one buff, and on top of that be able to give himself increased damage while being able to crit and do additional attacks on top of it just seems very lore accurate, and it seems like a very nice character, especially to handle a lot of matchups. It makes him very flexible. It's really nice too that he also has 0 cursed energy, which is really good because now you can just use any of the skills without any issues. All you really have to do is just charge up for your special skill, right? I think it's absolutely nasty combo that this kind of character is going to have with all these other taijutsu buffers and stuff like that it's just released and all that. So, I mean, we can only see what they'll plan to do with content further down the road, especially now that he has a damage nullification removal. So they're probably going to be adding some garbage like that, which I'm not going to be too fond of because if you don't have Toji, you're kind of have to wait however X amount of turns until that damage notification goes. We'll see. But other than that, I think he's really amazing from what I've seen. And yeah, but that's not the only thing I wanted to talk about. There was actually some other news. So basically, when he does drop on the 3rd, this is it's basically confirmed that it is part 3 of the half anniversary. So like I said before, I knew part 1 and part 2, they were definitely bait. Part 3, he's coming. We're going to get 10 tickets. Will we get the same amount of tickets as we did for Gojo and Geto, where we got like a little bit more than just 10? I think we got like 15 or something for both. Who knows? But as far as we know, it's 10. And just judging by the teaser we had, there seemed to be like some kind of like story story quest or something. So there might be 5 more tickets in there. But so far, it's only confirmed right now at the moment that we're going to be getting 10. So yeah, I hope you guys are ready and you saved. And if you didn't, if you used all your pulls, well, you better hope you get him in that one multi that you have, right? So appreciate you guys for watching. That's going to basically be at the end of the video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. There's going to be more content, of course, coming up for Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Parade and even Solo Leveling Rise. All right, see y'all. Peace.